Welcome to second quarter. So, second quarter, we are going to go to Australia and then Asia, two continents in one quarter. We're going to start in Australia for the rest of October. Um, E-learners, we're picking up your kits today. So you see that it's just the bucket this time. There's not a whole bag full of stuff to deal with. And you have some things that are going to look familiar and a couple of new things. So I'm going to go through it and show you. So you still have your yellow reading folder. And in the pocket is our new Magic Treehouse book, Dolphins at Daybreak, which takes place in Australia. And your packet, just like you have for afternoon at the Amazon. And then in the back here, the printer messed these up, guys, but we're going to just stick with it because I already spent the money to print them and they made them tiny. So once we get through Australia, your Asia book is in here too, but we're not going to use that until November. So it's going to just stay back there for a while. In the center, we have all sorts of activities we're going to be doing to work on different standards in reading. And so I will tell you on Schoology what pages we're doing. So reading is going to look pretty much the same. Then math's going to look different because I sent you home your math book. So everybody got the volume 1 math book. And we're going to basically be finishing this second quarter, this book. And then there's a volume 2. So we're going to start with topic 3. And we're going to bounce around a little bit because the district doesn't like the way they have the topics in here. So we're going from 3 to 5 to 4 to 6. So you'll just have to follow me on Schoology and I'll tell you what we're working on. So when you're doing math pages, instead of being in your red folder, they're going to be in your math book. And then in your red math folder, you are going to find there's copies for Quick Quick book number 1 because we figured out way too late in the year that we were doing book 2, not book 1, which is probably why your children scored so amazingly well on the athletics test because they were doing stuff from like the second quarter. So we're going to go back and touch on some of book 1 just to fill in some gaps, and it'll be easier actually for you. And then we're also going to work on book 2. In the center, there are these fun pages. There's some for October, some for November, some for December. We're going to do 1 page a day of these. These are going to kind of be like daily questions. Instead of having the little envelope in the red composition book, I just stuck them in here. But we're probably going to do 1 page a day because there's like 14 school days left in October. There's 14 of these pages in here. So I'll give directions again on Schoology, but they're all adding and subtracting word problems, which is something we're going to be working a lot on second quarter. So that's math. So when you're looking for athletics, it'll be in here. And when you're looking for those extra math questions, they'll be in here. But your math lessons you're going to do in your book this time. All right, what else do we have? Science. So we have a Magic Treehouse fact tracker on dolphins and sharks we're going to be working on, and a packet. You also are going to find a coral reef little booklet in yours. And we're switching from life science, which is all about plants and animals and living things, to earth science for second quarter. Earth science is all about the natural things we find on Earth, rocks, water, even wind, volcanoes. So there's an earth science package in here that we're going to work on, and there's actually an earth science package in the back of yours that's not in mine for some reason that we're going to work on. That will be all throughout the rest of October, November, and December. Okay. Then when we get done with our dolphins and sharks book, we're going to move to Asia, and we're going to talk about the Great Wall of China, the land of the emperor. So this will be for later in the quarter. So we're going to start here. All right. Social studies. You should find your travel log and all of the weekly social studies magazines for second quarter. And then there's also a little packet about Australia in your social studies booklet. We're going to be doing some map work about Australia. And a new folder. You're going to find a blue folder that's writing. In the middle of your writing folder, you'll find a checklist that are things you always should be remembering now, second grade Cambridge students, when you are writing. And so every time, every day, when you write something in writing, you need to go through this checklist and then check back at your writing and see if you did these things. Use capital letters, write neatly, use the correct punctuation. Did you use a question mark, a period where they need to be? Check your spelling. Indent your paragraph, and we're going to talk about what that means. Use details in your writing and stay on topic. So if you're writing about a topic, you shouldn't wander off and start writing about something else. Here's a punctuation chart to help you. Then behind that, this is called a rubric. This is how I grade your writing. So you can look at this and know what kind of grade you're going to get. So I look at your punctuation, your capital letters, your grammar. Your content means what you wrote and how much you wrote and how many details you used, and your spelling. And I give you a 1, 2, 3, or 4 for each one of those things, and then I average them and give you a grade. So you can look on here and see what I'm looking for to help you get better grades on your writing. Then I just put some extra pages of blank paper in here in case you're writing more than you have room for in these journals. So we're going to start with this October journal, and it's full of wonderful writing prompts. The very first one has nothing to do with October. It says, design your own pizza on the plate below and write all about your favorite toppings. So remember, you need to be writing in complete sentences with a subject and a verb and periods and capital letters, and you need to be telling me as many details as you can when you're writing. So this we'll work on in October, and then in the back there's one for November and December, so we're set for the whole quarter in writing in here. That's what you're going to find. Now you still have your skills practice writing book. We're probably going to be doing more in the blue folder this time because we did a lot of that first quarter. What else do you still have in there? It's really about it, I think. So I hopefully put your athletics books in your red folder for you. All right, so tune in to Schoology at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and we are going to start our second quarter.